Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ninyoman Sri Rahayu Damayanti from Warmadewa University. And right now, I would like to present my article, The Moderating Effect of Motivation on the Relationship between Job Burnout and Job Performance. But before all, I would like to apologize. I cannot attend the international conference because of right now is my first semester of pregnancy, so the doctor doesn't allow me to going by plane. And here I go to the introduction. As we know that bank industry is the organization that has an important part in our country, and all products were offered to public with the hope that the institution will gain profit from the interest and administration income. As we know, there are several products of bank industry such as loan, deposit, saving, and many others. The employees that take a part to over the products and analyze the customer financing proposal in a bank industry called account officer and funding officer. The target that given to them will slowly increasing their workloads and work pressure and tend to cause job burnout. As we know, Bank Rakyat Indonesia is the largest private bank in Indonesia with high number of debtors and credit applications. So from that condition, we can know that high number and high credit application can increasing the workload, the work pressure, and the job burnout of the employees itself. There had been much research that focused on job burnout and performance, but the results are inconsistent. So, from this state of the research, I am trying to find the moderator variable, which is motivation. The high motivated individual will perform better in work than the low motivated individual. So that's why in this research I use motivation as the moderator variable on the relationship between job burnout and job performance. There are two problems in this research. First is how does the job burnout influence your performance? And the second is how does motivation as the moderator variable on the relationship between job burnout and job performance? And the literature review that I use in this research is first is personality theory. Personality theory is the main theory in this research. In personality theory, state that behavior can be predicted by understanding the personality of the person. And the second is motivation. Motivation is something that starts a movement, some things that makes people do certain things. And the third is job burnout. Job burnout is kind of representation of psychological stress syndrome, which shows a negative response as a result of work pressure at their workplace. And the last is job performance. Job performance is the process through which managers ensure the employees' activities and outputs are congruent with the organization's goal. And this is the hypothesis of the research. The first hypothesis, job burnout has a negative and significant influence on job performance of the account officer at Bank Rakyat Indonesia Ranun branch office. And the second is motivation, decreasing the negative influence on the relationship between job burnout and job performance of the account officer at Bank Rakyat Indonesia Ranun branch office. Here is the research methodology. The location of the research is at a Bank Rakyat Indonesia Ranun branch office. The population of the research is the account officer who work at Bank Rakyat Indonesia Ranun branch office, and all of the population were being the samples of the research. And the result of the instrumental test, all of the instrument already valid and reliable, so it can be used in this research. And the second is classical assumption test result. The results show that all of the data already free from the normality and heteroscedasticity problem. So it means that the data can use in this research to the further analysis. The last analysis is the multiple linear regression analysis, and this analysis is to answer the hypothesis of the research. And here it is the result. First, the hypothesis number 1 is accepted. Job burnout had a negative and significant effect on job performance of the account officer at a Bank Rakyat Indonesia Renon branch office. Because we all know that job burnout is kind of a stress syndrome, because that happens because of high workloads and high work pressure at their workplace. And stress syndrome, it makes the performance of the employees is low. So we can say that job burnout decreasing the performance of the employees. And the second hypothesis is accepted. Motivation can be used as the moderator variable, and motivation weakens the negative effect of job burnout on job performance of the account officer at Bank Rakyat Indonesia Renon branch office. And here it is the conclusion. The conclusion is, first, job burnout had a negative and significant influence on job performance of account officer at Bank Rakyat Indonesia Renon branch office. And the second conclusion is, motivation can be used as the moderator variable, and the motivation weakens the negative effect of the job burnout on the job performance of the account officer who work at Bank Rakyat Indonesia Renon branch office. And suggestion, for subsequent research, the researcher can use the account officer in more branch office. If you would like to get a better generalization, you can use a larger respondent. I mean that you can use the account officer not only from one big branch office of the Bank Rakyat Indonesia, but also from another big branch office of Bank Rakyat Indonesia. Well, that's all about my presentation. Thank you so much, and have a great day.